Oh, Tory Lanez has been found guilty on all three charges. A crazy and downright scary scene in the courtroom as his father and stepmother screamed about injustice. Wow. I swear down. And this is I'm looking at a message from my court reporter. This is not from Say Cheese or whatever dumbass blogs. This is from Megan Cunliffe. She is a reporter for Law and Crime, and she's been covering the whole trial. Damn. I didn't think. And all three charges as well. Damn, I was talking to Rivers about this just before we got on the phone. I didn't think. I thought it likely that there was way too much reasonable doubt for them to convict him of actually shooting her. I thought there was too much, just because, I mean, I sorry, the journalist in me can't stop right now. I need to go and... Yeah, all three charges. Tory Lanez's father stood up, guessed, and screamed, "This is a wicked system." He screamed at the prosecutors that they're evil and that they know exactly what he did here. His stepmother stood up screaming and yelling. Father was yelling about Rock Nation. Tory Lanez was remanded on the spot, led out in handcuffs by the sheriff's deputies. There were 6 in total in the courtroom, 2 at the door, 4 behind Lanez, and there was quiet scene when they tried to get Lanez's father and stepmother under control. Why? One woman in the gallery held up her hand as Tory's father was screaming about injustice. Rock Nation, wicked injustice, repeating, "In the name of Jesus." Deputies were forcing them out of the hallway, and telling the gallery we had to stay seated. One woman turned and looked at the reporters sitting behind her, including me, and said, "Jay-Z is a bitch. Report that. Jay-Z is a bitch." Right now, reporters are in the media area on the 12th floor, hoping to get comment from someone. The 12th floor is the only area where we can record and take photos. I went outside to see what the scene is like. Lots of people, but Tory's family isn't round. I can't get back in the courthouse. Oh, let Megan back in the courthouse. I'm sure if someone does talk on camera up there, it'll be readily available. I can post it for the masses. This is like 2 minutes ago. People are a little rattled by the chaotic scene after verdict. Lots of adrenaline pumping now. Holy motherfucking shit. This is the foot shooting thing. Yeah. Tory Lanez was found guilty on all 3 charges. Why? That kind of took the steam out of the battle a little bit. Sorry, I've been covering this, obviously, the whole trial, and my whole journalistic career. I've been covering this because I'm still only a year and a half in. Wow, that is huge. Go on, Meg. I was really worried, as I do believe that he did what she said she did, that he shot her. I just thought there was way too much lying going on from everybody for the jury not to have reasonable doubt. Wow. It certainly didn't start to look like he was innocent to me, Aaron. Like I said, I've been salute, Aaron. If I haven't mentioned you, I don't know if it was your first comment, but Megan said she shot him. There was a text from Kelsey moments after the shooting saying Tory just shot Meg. There is an independent witness who says Tory was acting like a wild man, basically shooting indiscriminately, just shooting, waving his gun and shooting in the air. The woman was shot. There are bullet fragments still in her feet. The DNA was inconclusive. That doesn't mean that his DNA wasn't present on the gun. It was just inconclusive. One defense expert said that a woman's DNA was also present on the gun. The prosecution expert said that no, we can't tell that that's a woman's DNA on the gun. So even that is inconclusive. But one thing is for sure, the woman was shot, and at least 3 people say Tory shot at Megan. The last witness also went further. This is why I thought that they wouldn't convict, because the last witness gave a completely different story to everybody else. He talked about a fight between the 2 women before the shooting. Then he thinks he saw a muzzle. He thinks the first shot might have been fired by one of the women. It couldn't have been Meg. Because, well, I guess it could have been, but she definitely wouldn't have been shot in her foot. That's interesting. I have to come back to that. But there was a fight between the 2 women. Then he was saying Tory was shooting wildly. He saw the first muzzle flashes he thought came from one of the women. Then Tory was firing wildly. Tory had the gun, and he's the only person that he said he saw with the gun. He saw Tory with the gun firing. After that, he said Tory, so the other 3 people beat up one of the women. After she'd been shot, they beat her up while she was on the ground, and he said he thought that they were going to kill her or trying to kill her. I think he was a very, very compelling witness. The court reporters said that he was very neutral, and he was a compelling witness. They believed him. So I think they ignored everything they heard from Kelsey, from Megan, from whoever, and went with what and in fact that was the last person on the stand, I believe. I don't think there were any more witnesses after that. Tory, his driver, so there were 4 people in the car that night, Tory, Megan and Kelsey. His driver was to be, the prosecution wanted to call his driver. Tory didn't have his driver on his defense list, on his list of witnesses. He didn't have his driver to back him up and say, no, Tory didn't shoot her. Because Tory's defense is that Kelsey, the friend, shot Megan. You would think his driver would be able to corroborate that story. Driver goes missing. His bodyguard is also missing. On top of that, the prosecution are trying to go with witness tampering. He's already allegedly bribed Megan, attempted to bribe Megan, attempted to bribe Kelsey. Driver can't be found. Bodyguard goes missing. Last day of the trial, or one of the last days, so on Wednesday, the driver who was in the car turns up to trial. Prosecution say, so the ones who are saying Tory shot are saying, yeah, we want him as a witness, but we weren't ready for today. We need more time. Judge is saying, if you need more time, it's going to take us to after Christmas. Ask Tory, what do you want to do? He's your witness. Or was he their witness? Well, the prosecution wanted to call him, but he must have been their witness actually, and they didn't want to use him because they got to say, no, we won't call him. We won't wait till after Christmas. We'll go now. In my mind, if the driver was going to say, absolutely not, Tory didn't fire any shots, they would have waited till kingdom come. It's not like Tory's locked up. It's not like he's deprived. He's a free man. He would have gone home for Christmas knowing when we come back to court, my driver is going to go up there and he's going to say, what happened. That didn't happen. So for me, that was quite telling. But I still didn't think. I just thought the story was too muddled. If the witness's story is right, neither of the women mentioned the fights or the beating. Well, I guess Kelsey would incriminate herself if she said, yeah, Tory shot her, and then we all kicked the shit out of her. Megan, it seems like if that is accurate and that there was a fight with her and Kelsey, she got shot and then she got beat up by all three people. And even then, right, three people beating her up. Where's the bruises? Surely that would have been in a police report. The man saying it looked like they were trying to kill her. Interesting. The amount of people women particularly, that are gunning for Megan in this is disgusting to me, because it just shows people don't. The woman was shot. Like, she was shot, and everyone in the case at the beginning, including Tory, seemed to stick to that narrative that he was shot. He phoned up people apologizing. He offered Meg $1 million. He offered Kelsey a bribe. Kelsey come out the car and said, yeah, shit, Tory just shot Meg. Like, text message, that's timestamped. Like, there's so much evidence to say, or there's so evidence and circumstantial evidence to say, and witnesses to say Tory shot Meg. Yeah, all of these, I can't believe, because Megan went up there on the Gayle King show and said she didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory, which she did, but she was, I imagine, embarrassed because she talked about this in the trial. I'm embarrassed. The man I was fucking shot me. I slept with this man. I had relations with this man and he shot me. I imagine that is why she didn't say it on the Gayle King interview, but that is why a lot of people are just writing her off and seeing a tweet saying, you know, just because he's found guilty doesn't mean he is guilty. We know lots of people sent to jail. Yeah, all of that is true. But there's an overwhelming amount of evidence that suggests Tory shot Meg.